Ah, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. February 7. February 7 in the year 2023. Next week is St. Valentine's Day. St. Valentine. Welcome, everybody, while I choke to death. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Tuesday to you. Happy Tuesday. Give yourselves a hand. It's always nice to give yourself a hand in the morning, right? It's always nice to pat yourself on the back in the morning and, I don't know, show yourself that you're alive. So today is an interesting day. Really not a lot of news happening. I stumbled across a publication by New York Magazine that is fascinating in the sense that we knew that COVID-19, the lockdowns, the extreme fear, and for lack of a better term, gaslighting campaign by the people initiating the fear, government agencies. We knew that it was going to cause some sort of confusion in the way that people interact. And it turns out that it has, so much so that you don't even know how to act around other people. New York Magazine has done a 140 lines about etiquette in the post-COVID-19 world. And we'll look at them. Some of them border on ridiculous to stupid. Some one or two of the 140 you might agree with. So we'll look at that. And Joe Biden's going to give his State of the Union speech tonight. Joe Biden at 9 p.m. At 9 p.m. this evening, Joe Biden will give a speech and tell us the state of the American Union and why he's doing so well while the rest of us are not doing so well, is usually the way it goes. He's always doing, and we, according to the establishment, are doing so well. Look at all we've done, right? And look at all we've changed for the better. And, so we'll have to listen to Joe Biden. I guarantee you it's not going to be as entertaining as a Trump speech. But we'll listen to it anyway. And what else going on? It's really it. Tonight, if you're not doing anything, tonight, 7 p.m., at 7 p.m. tonight, we're going to do a Dharma gathering, a gathering of people that come together to try to transform themselves instead of worrying about the world around them, trying to transform them. And so we'll come together, and if you're interested, we're going to do a 90-day rolling meditation challenge where you just simply sit quietly, give the instruction on mindful breathing for 10 minutes a day. That's all you got to do, 10 minutes a day, and transform your life in 90 days. So we'll do that tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, right here on this channel. You don't have to look very far to find it. And we'll do that. And we're going to hang out. We'll have the video chat up. I appreciate everybody coming down. Video chat is wide open. I don't know. The basic format will be, a little chatter, and then 5-minute meditation, and then we'll do a guru video. I wanted to have a teacher teach, Dharma. That's how Dharma gatherings are, where a teacher will offer a Dharma teaching. So we're going to do video. We're going to do video tonight. Come by at 7 p.m. You'll find out who the guru is. Every night, every Tuesday, there'll be a different guru. And we'll do that for about 15 minutes. We'll watch the guru video, and then we'll open up the live video chat via Google Meet. You could just chirp in, and then we'll fill up the board with people, and we'll have a healthy discussion there. Yeah. So anyway, what else is this? What I'm talking about? I don't know. I don't know what else I was talking about. So this is my thumbnail. Choking to death here. Choking to death. Waiting for my tea to warm down, cool down a little bit. It's like boiling water. Live broadcasting. You gotta love it, man. Live broadcasting. So in my thumbnail on the left, you see a traditional male. Right? He's a binary male. And a binary female. She's got the pink and the pearls and the... He's wearing a pink tie. I don't know if that's official. Shouldn't it be a blue tie? But etiquette, how are, for me, hey, listen, man, I'm old and I keep to myself anyway. And, but how are young people dealing with their interactions, regarding masks and distance and people just, looking to pick a fight, lefty liberals just looking to pick a fight with each other and the world around them. And we'll look at this fascinating change of etiquette in our society. My name is Marcus Conte. I got a website, and every morning at 9 a.m., this might be a quick show tonight because we're going to do a longer one this evening at 7 p.m. We're live every morning at 9 a.m. right here on YouTube. Also, if you're not awake at 9 a.m. Eastern Time, you can come by and watch the rerun on Rumble, Odyssey, BitChute, Facebook, Twitter, Getter, Truth Social, or wherever else you consume social media. Do me a favor, like and subscribe to the channel, and that keeps everybody happy. It keeps the AI believing that you are there and you are participating, I guess. And I also have a tip jar and a Patreon link. We're going to do Zelle. I think I'm going to switch over to Zelle as a way to contribute. Talk more about that tonight on the program. Weevil Girl says, virtual signaling gone wild. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Hey, listen, there's always etiquette, right? There's always a way to be around others in the work setting. Like you don't show up to work with no shirt on. You don't, I don't know, burp in someone's face while they're talking, which I do quite often on the program. But it's different. There's etiquette, you know what I mean? And the etiquette is changing, but it seems to be contorted to satisfy these extreme phobias of other. And so yesterday, start here, Marcus Conte reporting on his ice skating exhibition. And this is my lake. Take a look at it. It's a lake somewhere in northeast Pennsylvania. There's nobody on it. The only person that was there, other than myself, in the full 2 or 3 hours that I was there, was some lady to come over and try to fear me into getting off the lake. Is that safe? Is this safe for you to be out there, old man, skating? Or something like that. I ignored her. But here we are, skating on the beautiful lake. Skating today. That's what life is all about right here. If you're not doing this or something like it, you're not living. Hey, beautiful ice. Very, there he is. Nobody has to tell me it's time to go out and have fun. TJ says, how fun, Marcus. Beautiful open lake. No rules, no regulations. Look, it's like glass. It's like glass. It might break at any moment. It might break. Quinn Smith points out skating on thin ice. Joseph Mama says that ice don't look safe. I know, that's what the lady on the shore said. Hey man, you sure about that? I'm actually very sure about it. I am someone who follows the weather. That ice was safe. It was about 5 inches thick, even though it was 40 degrees and the surface was starting to get a little watery and slushy. It doesn't mean it's going to cave in. 5 inches of ice is enough. The hole was dug and I saw it. So, that wasn't my fear of going out on the lake is not that I might fall down or something. It's the crack in the ice that if you go under, and you're by yourself and there's nobody to pull you out. But that's bullshit. At some point, you do your assessment. The ice is 5 inches thick. You could walk on that. You could play hockey on that. You could fall down hard and you're not going to go through. Right? So, but anyway, what great fun, man. Stop worrying about what's the worst that could happen? What is the worst that could happen? That you go ice skating and you die, you freeze, you go under the ice and you're dead in a few minutes? So what, man? At least you lived. At least you lived for those 5 minutes while you're above ground. When you're up here, you are living your life, right? Even if it ends, right? You still lived your. Look at that beautiful scene. There's nobody there. It's just you, right? So that's what keeps people young. That's what keeps people alive, right? You got to keep doing things. If you forget, and I don't skate all year round. I only skate when the lake freezes over, and I could tell you, I had, for the first 10 minutes, you got to kind of sort of remind yourself how to skate. I've been skating since I'm 8 years old. I was playing hockey at 8 years old. I was probably skating earlier than that. So skating, but anyway, you got to spend the first few minutes refiguring out how to skate because you haven't skated all year, and then it comes back and you're good to go. So in bigger news, we've got Joe Biden, State of the Union tonight. I got to take this off. Too many layers on. It's hot. It's hot in here. I got my heater on. It's hot. It's actually 26 degrees here in Northeast Pennsylvania. And tonight at 9 p.m., the 82-year-old cookie-eating, coffee-drinking president is getting ready for the big State of the Union, where half the aisle, he says something and half the aisle gets up and cheers him on and then sits down, and the other half of the room stays sitting down because they don't agree. Right? So we'll watch that American fiasco, that American charade that happens once a year. Tonight, and Joe Biden is unofficially going to launch his 2024 election campaign. So 9 p.m., we're live tonight at 7 p.m. Right after that, you can watch Joe Biden make a horse out of himself. And we'll find out the State of the Union. I love this guy, Eric Adams. The more he's the mayor of New York, the more I like him. Eric Adams spends coldest night of the year at New York City migrant shelter. Now, in New York, they've been saying that the migrants, people who jump over the fence from Mexico or wherever, are not being treated fairly. They're being treated inhumanely. They're not getting their fair share of the American pie, some say. And so Eric Adams decided to test that, and he slept overnight. Here's the gist of the article, right? He went in, and let's see. So there's the shelter, and you're head to toe with everybody else, right? You get yourself a bed, and you're head to toe, and And Eric Adams, rather than going there like a celebrity and pointing the finger and telling everybody else how they need to live, look at all those empty beds. Look at all those empty beds, migrants. Where are you? Where are you? We're waiting for you to fill up the room with your body and your stuff. So there's a little video clip of what it looks like inside of one of these migrant shelters in New York City. And Eric Adams put his money where his mouth is. He decided to go in and hang out with the migrants. I love it. I love it. This is how you do it, man. This is how you do it. If you believe in something, you do it all in, right? You know, he believes in, you know, taking care of the migrants. They look like they're all from Mexico or Ecuador. They look a little Hispanic. And Eric Adams probably speaks a little lick of Spanish, being the NYPD captain for 20 years that he was. Probably speaks a little Spanish. And, you know, good shots. Look at the shots. There's Eric. He's hanging out. He's eating. He's texting. Hey, man, he's still got a job. He's still, still the mayor of New York. And he's hanging out with the migrants, having his breakfast, and wearing his NYPD cop hat. You got to wonder when a lot of the violence in homeless shelters occurs at night when you're sleeping. So I do wonder if Eric Adams was sleeping, you know, with two cops on each side of him. You know, you got to wonder, right? But there he is. I give him, 10 stars for this one, for putting his money where his mouth is. Eric Adams. And here's the jackoff from California, governor of Jackoff, California. California Department of Public Health on Friday quietly dropped its plan to mandate COVID-19 vaccines for children to attend school. What do you know? The very, very scientific COVID-19 vaccine mandate has been dropped. Right? They don't want their shots anymore. You remember Gavin Newsom, governor of California, saying this?
And that's why we recognize our responsibility to do more, and that's what we are announcing here today. A statewide requirement for in-person instruction for all of our children to add to a well-established list that currently includes 10 vaccinations and well-established rules and regulations that have been advanced by the legislature for decades, to add to that list the vaccination for COVID-19. We intend to do that once the FDA has fully approved the vaccine, which will give us time to work with districts, give us time to work with...
You know what's funny about vaccinations, right? That's him explaining vaccinations over the years. Now, humans have been on the planet for I don't know, hundreds of thousands of years, arguably, without any sorts of vaccines. But this clown says that in modern history, we're already up to 12. Kids get 12 vaccines, right? I don't know, in the hospital when they pop out the womb or whatever. Boom, jacking them up with 12 vaccines. At some point, if we keep going in this direction, how many vaccines are you going to hit these kids with? All of which counteract, unwind the other. The more chemicals you throw at the body, right, the body doesn't know what to do with all this shit. 12 different vaccines to do 12 different things? Are you kidding me? Do you know how thoroughly unscientific that is? That is garbage. So it's a garbage theory. Vaccines are, I remember a fucking Hasidic Jew telling me that once. We were off I was off, hanging out in Williamsburg or one of those places, right? With a lot of Hasidic Jews. And I was talking to the people there, and the guy said, oh, vaccines, that's a scam. It's a ripoff. The Hasidic community doesn't vaccinate their people because to them it's a scam and a ripoff, but anyway, the California Department of Public Health on Friday quietly dropped the plan. All right, no more vaccines for young kids. No more vaccines for young kids in the state of California. Oh my God. Why weren't they listening to us a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago? Why here? Why now? Because people are seeing the truth of the vaccine scaredemic. Scare kids. How many school-age kids get COVID-19? How many? 0? 1% less? So that's good news. That's some good news. So let's talk about this ridiculous article here. And then we'll break to the markets. Is it open? Not yet. So absurd new etiquettes advise New Yorkers to police their language. Policing their language, the thought police. Watch your language, watch your speech, because some people will be offended by what you say, and instead of the person that gets offended leaving and shutting the hell up and getting away from people that offend them, you have to shut the hell up and get away. You've got to be over sympathetic and over accommodating to people that are emotionally unstable, traumatized from being alone too long during COVID-19 or whatever else their problem is. You have to compensate by walking on eggshells around certain people. And I don't know. I think it was expected. Whenever you isolate people, you're going to get that. You're going to get that. That's going to happen. People are going to be like, I don't know, man. How come that one over there is not wearing a mask? I thought we were all supposed to be wearing masks. And I'm going to put my mask on. Why is that person laughing at me for having a mask on? I thought we were supposed to have masks on. I got my vaccine. Why? Do you have your vaccine? You better have your vaccine, because I was told to get a vaccine. And you don't have a vaccine. That means you're bad, and there's something wrong with you. And why are you asking me about my? It comes down to the ancient wisdom handed down for centuries and centuries and centuries, which is mind your own goddamn business. Right? Mind your own goddamn business, and then you don't have to worry about what other people are saying and thinking and dealing with. If people are going to be uncomfortable, in a group setting, for example, 5 or 6 or 10 people go out to eat, and there's all this confusion as to how to interact, don't fucking go, man. What's the point of socialization is to enjoy yourself. If you got jackoffs that can't sit at a table without worrying about the person next to them, what they might say and what they can't say and who can say what. Listen, I'm not at that event, man. I'm gone. I'll see you, man. I'll see you. Don't want to be you. So New York Magazine, the very elegant, world-famous New York Magazine with, I guess, 1 million subscribers or less. Do people even listen to these magazines anymore? I mean, the New York Post is listening to it, and that's what cued me. But I don't know. Do people really pick up magazines and read them anymore? I don't know. I don't think so. New York Magazine has published an exhaustive new set of rules that touches on everything from tipping at bodegas to making small talk with celebrities and such, and misgendering. So we're going to look at some of the favorite ones. Now, I don't agree with the tipping shit. We're going to speed read this because it's not really that interesting. Do you know how to behave? Are you sure? You could see that this is a bunch of young, leftist, middle of America hating, racist homophobes that look at white people as trash and blacks as superior, that you're not allowed to say certain things around the black. It's twisted, really. It's a twisted fucking world that a lot of these young people live in. And it's not even young people anymore. It's made its way into, every facet of American society. The ways we socialize and date, commute, and work are nearly unrecognizable from what they were 3 years ago. Now, that I would agree with that statement. I would definitely agree with that. They are unrecognizable. But are they for the good? I would disagree with that. And 90% of what the New York Magazine is going to try to shovel down your throat. We've enjoyed a global pandemic. We've enjoyed a global pandemic? Did we really enjoy it? I thought people are traumatized. Okay, we enjoyed it. See, even the language doesn't make sense anymore. When you read these magazines, they're written by 22-year-old people that are communicating to each other. We've enjoyed a global pandemic. I thought it was a fucking deadly disease that we're protecting people from. What did you enjoy about it? You enjoyed your time off? Okay, all right. I enjoyed it as well. But I thought that's socially unacceptable to say you've enjoyed a global pandemic that allegedly killed millions of people and is wreaking havoc on old people. You enjoyed it? Okay. Open employer-employee warfare, a multi-front cultural war, and social upheavals, both great and small. So let's look at some of the problems. What do I got? I started with number 8. So here, don't be loudly naive about dating apps if you're in a relationship. So if you're sitting down with someone and someone says, "Yeah, I use a Jew date, and I meet other Jews to date," and then we go, and then we meet and we do the nasty, and then we decide if we're going to meet again. All right? And you say, "Jew date? What the hell is that? What happened to, meeting someone in the supermarket?" All right? Don't say that, because that's not acceptable, especially if you're with somebody. All right? So you can't say certain things. When shopping with a friend, don't cut them in the rack. How many people, when you go shopping with friends, and it's so ridiculous. Has anybody ever cut you, a friend cut you in the rack? Like they got the last one of the item that you were going to buy? Ridiculous, right? Don't use friends as foreplay. I don't know what that means. Never wake up your significant other on purpose. So, number 8, it's acceptable to tell any kind of lie in order to leave a drink's date. What the fuck are you talking about? I don't even understand the question. I don't even understand the sentence. Let's read it again. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm stupid and I can't read. It's unacceptable to tell any kind of lie in order to leave a drink's date. A drink's date? What fucking drink's date? If the conversation is so painful, you're considering making up a story about a sick animal, your date will probably feel relieved. I don't understand what they're talking about. How does a drink date, it's acceptable to lie? Oh, really? Is it? It's acceptable to lie to people? Why not just tell the truth? Why not just say, you know what? I'm done with this conversation. Have a wonderful night. I'm out. Or say, it's nice meeting you. Goodbye. Why do you have to give any explanation at all? Why do you have to make up a story about your sick animal? Right? That's bad karma. Your animal might get sick because you said you're going to attend your sick animal. Sicko. What are the ones that I highlighted? Number 10. Oh, here we go. Straight people. Straight people can use the word partner only when they're trying to get something out of it. So you're hanging out with people, and maybe you're a male and you're married to a female. You're not allowed to say partner. That's only reserved for gay. You can't say, "Oh, my partner is waiting for me in the car. I got to go." You got to say "my wife" or "my husband," because you're straight. Or are you? Why do you have to define? Who fucking gives a shit? I got to define myself as my sexual fucking prowess to you? Why does that matter in a conversation? Why does it matter? I am going to leave now, And whether I say wife or husband or partner, okay, so you can see how the ridiculousness of it is. It's annoyingly vague and smug if you say partner and you're straight. Some examples of when it's acceptable when trying to procure an apartment or a seat next to your partner on an airplane. Right? But otherwise, you can't use the word partner. Ridiculous. Totally ridiculous. Right? What else? Number 11, when another human is present, don't talk to your animal in the private voice you use when alone together. Fuck you, man. I'll talk to my cat. I'll talk to Batman when he was alive. Any goddamn way I feel like it. These are people looking to change you. They don't like you, and you have to conform to them, or you're not allowed to speak. Right? You see how cancellation happens? No. See, he said something about he was talking to his cat in cat talk, in the talk that him and his cat have established to talk to one another. And he did it in the presence of some other human. Therefore, he's wrong and he needs to be canceled. Right? It's absurd. It's absurd to even do this, right? To even talk about it. On a date, all individuals present should gently and politely compete to pay the entire bill. No. Look, if you're in a group of people, right, especially at night where people drink, and drinks in a New York bar are fucking $12 and $15, and you're scraping by having a Cobb salad or something light, and that not that expensive. Say you got a $20 budget, and you eat your $20 worth of food, and you have your little coffee, and you're done. And you got people next to you ordering bottles of wine at $50 a shot and $80. You shouldn't pay for that. No fucking way. That's proper etiquette is pay for what you ate. That's how that works. You're at a table. It's not improper. It's not improper to pay for what you consume, right? In a mutual gathering. It's not like a date. That's different. If someone invites you out for an event, you shouldn't be expected to pay your way for that. You were invited to participate in something, right? And it becomes clear that someone is picking up the tab, and you go along and you consume in any way you like. But to go on a mutual kind of gathering, and that happens, friends get together, and you shouldn't have to pay for the slob next to you unless you feel like it. If someone's ordering 7 and 8 and 12 drinks, falling off the chair, and then the bill comes and your share is $20, which you budgeted for, and theirs is $95, why should you be paying for? Why should you pay a piece of that $95? So I don't agree with that. Fuck you, man. No way. You pay for what you eat, right? I guess these are people that never, I don't know, they haven't socialized enough maybe. I don't know. I don't know what it is. On a date, all individuals present should gently and politely compete to pay the entire bill. That's bullshit. Bullshit. Don't agree. No. I got number 18. Okay. Never send an edible arrangement. I'm not even gonna toy with that one. Number 18. You see the ridiculousness of it. Oh, here's one that I might agree with. 18. If you're a dating adult, you should own lube. Own lube. Right? It doesn't matter who you have sex with. Just make sure you have your own lube because you don't want to hurt anybody. Okay, all right. Not going to get too graphic on that one. If you're real friends, you accommodate the most COVID careful among you. No, you do not. No, you do not. In other words, what they're saying, I'll translate for you. Meaning that you go out with a bunch of friends, and it's 3 years after COVID-19. And some terrified human being is wearing a mask and constantly putting alcohol on their hands and not touching anybody and staying 6 feet away. And you could see fear in their body and in their actions that that somehow you're gonna get them sick. You do not at any time participate in such ridiculous behavior, right? You don't accommodate the most COVID careful among you. You be yourself. Be your goddamn self. And if the COVID careful person can't handle other people, they get off the table and they go home. All right? Go home. Number 23. If you've met someone and they clearly don't remember your name, say hi. We've met. I'm X. See, this I agree with. This is good etiquette, right? You know when you meet somebody and you know you've met them before, and you forgot their name, right? I clearly don't remember your. If someone doesn't remember your name or you don't remember their name, that's a good icebreaker. I like that. You say, "Hey, we've met before. I'm Marcus," and then that person knows your name, and they're able to just say, "Oh, hi, Marcus. I'm X." So I like that. We agree. So we agree on one of them. At least we agree on something. Never answer a compliment with a compliment. Yes, you do. When someone compliments you, and you say, "Hey, oh, nice shoes. Oh, thank you very much. I like your mustache." There's nothing wrong with that. That's stupidity. I don't know. You can't answer a comment with a comment. A compliment with a compliment. Here's some more COVID garbage. Right? 28. Don't ask people how they got COVID. Don't ask them. Right? Well, that's true too, because you don't know. If you got COVID, you don't know how you got it. Nobody knows. Nobody knows how you got it. What we do know is that it's not a big deal. It's right up there with the flu, and so what? And move on. And you don't need your 13th vaccine and your 400th vaccine. And because the vaccine no longer is effective at fending off that virus that existed 3 years ago that doesn't exist anymore, just like polio and fucking every other vaccine that is senseless and stupid. The only good COVID conversation is, are you feeling better? And can I get you anything? Okay, whatever. I'm almost done with this. I'm almost done. 29, or why they're wearing a mask. Not allowed. You're not allowed. It's poor etiquette to ask somebody why they're wearing a mask 3 years after a threat. Why? Is there something wrong with you? Why are you wearing a mask? Are you afraid of me? If their mask makes you nervous, put one on too. No, I'm not putting a mask on. I don't even have a mask to put on. What do? I'll ask the fat, disgusting slob next to me, do you have an extra mask? And they pull this disgusting thing out of their pocket. It says, "Oh yeah, man, here, I got one for you." And you put that mask on and you're almost certain to get sick. Right? You don't need a mask, right? You don't, someone wearing a mask, you don't counter their mask by wearing a mask. Wrong. If they make you uncomfortable wearing a mask, it's not that it makes you uncomfortable. It makes you curious. There's a difference between uncomfortable and curious. Why are you wearing a mask? That's conversation. Hey, fucking, yeah. How about those Kansas City Chiefs and the Eagles playing in the Super Bowl? And how come you're wearing a mask? There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe they're at the tail end of bronchitis. Maybe they're visiting an elderly relative next week. Maybe they're feeling ugly. Oh, you're wearing a mask because you feel ugly. Oh, well, I'll tell you, man, I lost three front teeth, man. And some people could argue that I look ugly. You know what? I don't care. I don't care about what you think, really. I don't. I think that, I haven't lost any of my intellectual, fucking spark at all. I would prefer to have teeth. It's just not, causes and conditions are not proper right now to have teeth. And so I compensate. But what do you want me to do? You want me to put a mask on or I should put a mask on because I feel ugly? Why don't you work on your feelings of ugly? Why don't you work on your feelings of feeling you feel ugly? Why do you feel ugly? Right? Why don't you work on that and take the fucking mask off already? Accents aren't cute. All right, so you remember back in the day when people that spoke English, native speakers of English were talking, and then someone would pop up, and you could hear the accent. Locals, natives can hear an accent in other people. Now, in New York, that might strike you as unusual, but a lot of people that have an accent can't hear accent in a language. Their ears are not tuned yet. They can't hear the accent, but you're not allowed to say that their accent is cute because, right? Why aren't you? It's condescending. Okay. You're not allowed to talk about astrology. If you bring up astrology and it isn't met enthusiastically, change the topic because not everyone believes in your made up star bullshit. Oh, that's a little opinionation, right? You see the anger? You don't talk about the stars. That's made up bullshit. That's made up star bullshit. And there's more and more and more. Let's jump to 45 on race. 45 is race. White people should always clearly pronounce 50 cent and not 50 cent for you. See, you're not allowed to say it the way blacks say it, which is 50 Cent. Yo, do you hear the new song by 50 Cent? No, you're white. You have to say 50 Cent. You're not allowed to mispronounce the word or use the acceptable way of pronouncing his name, which is Fitty. With D's. Fitty. So it's racist too, man. Totally fucking racist. 61. What's 61? 61. Are you guys bored yet? I'll kill it soon. Here's another one. White people should not use any variation of racial slurs at karaoke. No racial slurs. No white people, shut the F up and sing your stupid song and don't worry about us blacks over here because we're running the show. And your privilege is done, man. We're tired of you, man. We're tired of you, Whitey. We're tired of you, Whitey. Don't try to be funny and say 50 when it's 50, right? What, are you making fun of me? You said 50. What's that? That shit is racist, man. You're white, man. You can't say 50. You got to say 50. Crazy, right? What else? What else we got? One more. 111. 111 I agree with. What did I agree with here? I agreed with one of them. 101. Don't comment on other people's food. No, 111, excuse me. It's perfectly fine to walk through someone's scene. Now, this I like, right? Because this happens all the time in New York, right? You're on the sidewalk and you're filming something, or someone is filming something, and they're blocking the fucking sidewalk. And you don't have to wait for them to finish filming. You just walk right through the sidewalk, man, because they don't own the sidewalk. See, that I agree with, right? When someone walks through my frame, I'm like, yeah, it's part of the video now. You walk through the frame, now you're part of the video. Don't complain if, fucking a couple hundred people see you on YouTube walking through the frame. Jack off. So I kind of agree with that. I agree with that. There's a 103. Disclose your recent COVID positive test. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't say that you got COVID. Okay. All right. Okay, Lefty. We won't do that. And here, and we'll end on this one. Someone shoplifting? Question. You saw someone shoplifting. You're in the store, you're at Walmart, and you see this homeboy with a garbage bag filling up the fucking garbage bag with I don't know, Sawzalls or fucking baby food or aspirin or whatever he's doing, right? He's loading the boat. He's got his big black garbage bag and he's loading it in, and there's no security around, and you see it, and you're not supposed to say anything, right? Or when someone jumps the turnstile. No. Especially if you're white, you didn't see a thing, right? So this goes back to the days of the mafia, right? I didn't see nothing. I didn't see nothing. Nothing. No, I didn't see it. But if you're not wearing a mask, they'll come fucking running from every angle to have you arrested for killing them because you're not wearing a mask in the appropriate place. But someone fucking robbing the place, ripping off the merchandise, you're not supposed to go to security and say, psst, aisle 6, guy loading the boat in a black garbage bag. He's thin, black male, white sneakers. He's over there. He's doing it. Get to the door, right? You're not allowed to do that. You're not allowed to help the establishment stop the fucking robbery. Right? Okay. So anyway, let's talk about the markets. That was a rough subject, but it's happening, and it's happening in a town near you. So markets are open. Markets are open. There is going to be a speech by Jerome Powell at some point today. NASDAQ is flat right now, actually up $2. Dow is down 134 to 33,007. That's about normal. That's where it's been hovering for a long time. S&P 500 down 9. And what do we got? Apple up 84 cents. Amazon down $2. Google up 50 cents. Meta, formerly Facebook, up another 36 cents to 186. What a run from Meta. What a run from the bottom. Microsoft is up $6 today to 262. That's probably why the NASDAQ is going to continue to go up. Microsoft doing it. What else we got? Rivian down 88 cents to 1934. It's good. Accumulate right here. Accumulate. Tesla with an A. 194 per share. Down 39 cents. War stocks, the Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, all down today. The holiest of holy vaccine stocks on the news that California is going to stop injecting children is down today. Johnson & Johnson, Pfizer, Moderna. Pfizer's flat. Johnson & Johnson down $1.60 and Moderna down 50 cents. So they're not doing so well. They want their vaccines. They want people injected with vaccines. Down 88 cents tonight. They want to jack up the kids. So thank you all for joining me. Mark Scante reporting. Tonight we're not done today. It's Tuesday, and at 7 p.m. kindly join me. I don't have any thumbnail or anything to tell you what's going to happen tonight. But at 7 p.m. on this channel, come on down. If you're not doing anything, we'll start a little night action. It's make sure you got your camera and your microphone ready to go, whatever you use, a laptop or however you do your video chat these days. If you don't do video chatting these days, it's a good time to come into the age because everybody everywhere is video chatting. Like the idea of picking up the phone is getting a little old when you don't even need a phone anymore. You're talking to anybody in real time visually. So get that equipment together and come on board, and let's take the 90-day meditation challenge together. Right? We'll do a 5-minute sit, and for the next 90 days, you sit every day for 10 minutes, and I'll give more detail on that tonight. And you see for yourself. You see if there's any value whatsoever to this mindfulness meditation thing. You'll be the judge of it. You'll be the sole judge of, is it something that I should do, or is it just like, I don't know, it's a fucking fad, man. It's a hobby. I don't like it, man. I don't like sitting alone in my own skin, man. It's difficult, man. It's fucking hard, man. I can't do it. I can't do it, man. I'll see you guys tonight, man. I will see you tonight. Tonight, live. We're live. We're live, the meditation challenge. Thank you, everybody in the chat, for joining me. Thank you, Evil Girl, David Brown, Casa Philly Camden, TJ, Vinny D. Martini, Jim Gerard, what's up, Cheeseburger, TJ, Jante, Andy Garcia. See you guys tonight. Justin Falzone. Hey, Justin Falzone. Justin Falzone. See you guys.